The teenage brain on dopamine, why risky behavior feels so exciting. A father once sat across from me frustrated. He said, Ma, I have told him 100 times, don't follow bad friends, don't try nonsense, focus on your future. Why is it hard for him to listen? His son was 16, bright, respectful at home, but outside, risky decisions, following trends, trying things he later regretted. The father concluded, he's just stubborn. But here is what I asked him. What if it is not stubbornness? What if it is biology? Because many African parents were raised to believe discipline fixes behavior, fear prevents mistake, strictness creates maturity. But what if the teenage brain is wired differently than we think? Today, I want to explain something that may change the way you see a teenager forever. But before we start, what is dopamine really? Now, let's simplify it. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical, like most people say. It is the motivational chemical. It drives us to seek reward, chase novelty, explore, take risks. When something feels exciting, new, or socially rewarding, dopamine rises. Now, here is what most parents don't realize. Teenagers have a hypersensitive dopamine system. What does that mean? It means they feel the excitement more strongly than adults do. The same risky behavior that makes you anxious makes them feel alive. Not because they want to be bad, but because their brain lights up differently. Why does risk feel exciting to teenagers? Think about it. Why does sneaking out feel thrilling? Posting a bold picture feel daring? Trying alcohol feel grown? Defying parents feels powerful to them. It's not just rebellion, it's neurological stimulation. The teenage brain is still developing the prefrontal cortex, the part that is responsible for long-term thinking, impulse control, weighing consequences. That part is still under construction. But you see the reward center is fully active. So you have high acceleration, weak brake. Now imagine telling someone in that state, just say no. It's like telling a moving car, just stop without straightening the brakes. It doesn't work. Let's look at peer validation and social media as they are core factors in this. Now, social media is a dopamine machine. Every likes, every comment, follow, share, notification triggers a micro dopamine spike. Teenagers are especially vulnerable because belonging matters deeply at this stage. Peer approval feels like survival. If friends dare them, dopamine rises. If a risk video goes viral, dopamine rises. If attention increases, dopamine rises. And here is the dangerous part. The brain starts associating risk with reward. So even if punishment follows later, the initial high is powerful. This is why some teens repeat behavior they know is wrong. The memory of excitement overrides the memory of consequence. Story time. Here is my first story. It is about a girl, a footballer. She was 16. Brilliant football player, disciplined, focused on training. Coaches admired her. Her teachers respected her. But it was different outside of her game and online. The posture, she posted pictures, sleeveless tops, short outfits, angle design for attention. The friends she followed were also questionable. Her parents were worried. Her coaches complained. People started talking. Is this how a focused athlete behave? Does she not have home training? What kind of image is she building? Even her father threatened to stop her from playing. When she came to speak with me, she was calm, not defensive, not ashamed, just curious. She asked me quietly, she was like, Ma, is it bad to post pictures with sleeveless and short clothes? Notice that question. Not, I want to be irresponsible, but is it bad? So I didn't shout, I didn't moralize. I asked her one question. Would you like a prominent business club director, someone who could sponsor your football career, to see that picture? She paused. Her confidence shifted. She said no. And I said gently, you have your answer. Silence followed. Now let's pause. Why did that work? Why did that question work? Because her brain was not thinking long term. It was thinking short term reward, attention, validation, excitement, dopamine. When she posts, likes increase. When likes increase, dopamine rises. And dopamine does not whisper, it shouts. It says, do it again. That doesn't mean she is immoral. It means her reward system is louder than her foresight. Now, let me explain further. At 16, the reward center of the brain is highly active, but the prefrontal cortex, the future planning center, is still developing. So when she posts that photos and her friends comment and like it, her brain focuses on immediate approval, comment sessions, DMs, the feeling of being noticed. It does not automatically calculate future career impact, reputation consequence, long-term image. That calculation requires a mature brake system. Teenagers are driving fast cars with developing brakes. Social media is pouring fuel on the engine. Now, another story. This is of a 14-year-old boy. His mother complained. He listens to his friends more than he listens to me. This is a sentence I hear often. He used to be obedient, now he's friends, 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 friends. When I spoke to him privately, he admitted something vulnerable. He said, when I refuse to do what they are doing, they call me mommy's boy. Pause. You see, that label hurts him. Mommy's boy. To adults, it sounds harmless. Oh, yes, of course, you're a mommy's boy. To a teenage boy trying to establish masculinity, it feels humiliating. He told me, I don't even want to do some of the things they do, but I don't want them to laugh at me. There is it. Belonging. At 14, belonging feels like oxygen. You can breathe. The teenage brain is hypersensitive to peer rejection. Neurologically, social rejection activates similar brain region as physical pain. So when friends mock him, his brain processes it as threats. And when he complies, dopamine rewards him with relief. Relief feels good. Acceptance feels good. That good feeling reinforces the behavior. Again, not wickedness, but neurochemical. In many African homes, we say, at your age, I was focused. At your age, I feared my parents. But at your age, you didn't carry a device that gave you 24 hours to global trends, peer comparison, sexualized content, viral dares, instant validation. Your dopamine exposure was limited. Theirs is constant. We expect maturity without adjusting to the environment. That mismatch creates frustration. Teenagers engaging in risky behavior is rising globally. Not because teenagers are worse, but because stimulation is higher. We are raising adolescents in an environment where their brain were never evolutionarily designed for. Constant reward, constant comparison, constant novelty. Adults struggle with this. Now imagine a 14-year-old. Most of us love to go to work and be good at our work because of what people will say. Same goes for teenagers. Some parents will say, then he should be able to say no to his friends. He should be able to just say no. Now, this is why just say no doesn't work. When a parent say, just say no to their child, it assumes the teenage brain evaluates risk like adult brain. But here is the truth. In emotionally charged moments, the thinking brain goes off. The emotional brain drives, especially in front of peers, especially online, especially when attention is involved. Telling them just say no without helping them understand their brain is like telling someone in a storm, just stay dry without giving them shelter. It doesn't work. So, what works? Here are strategies we can use. One, teach them how their brain works. When I explained dopamine to that 14-year-old boy, he actually laughed and said, so my brain just like hypes. Exactly. Teenagers respect science. It removes shame. Secondly, replace risky dopamine with healthy dopamine. Sports, leadership roles, creative expression, skill mastery. Then third one, shift from control to collaboration. Instead of stop posting nonsense, try what future do you see for yourself? The football girl did not just stop posting because she was threatened. She stopped because she connected it to her dream. Future thinking reduces impulsivity. Number four, protect without humiliating. Shame increases secrecy. Secrecy increases risk. Connection reduces risk. So it means if they are hiding it from you, they will still continue to do the risky behavior. Shame increases secrecy. So it means they will keep it to themselves instead of telling you. Now, secrecy increases the risk. It doesn't stop them from doing it, but they will do it without telling you. But connection reduces that risk. The football girl adjusted her content gradually. Not because her parents shouted, but because someone helped her to see her future. The 14-year-old boy started practicing phrases like, I'm not into that. He still values friendship. But he now understands why pressure feels intense. Understanding gives power. Your teenager is not crazy. They are chemically wired. Excitement, belonging, recognition. The goal is not to kill dopamine. The goal is to guide it. Next time you see a risky behavior, pause before you label it. Ask, what reward is their brain chasing? That question changes parenting because when you understand the brain, you stop fighting your child and you start guiding their development. Before we go forward, I would like to remind us to click the subscription button for those who are yet to subscribe. Like this video, drop a comment to encourage me with my video creation, and then also share with a parent, caregiver, educator, or even a child who might need this video. The world is becoming dangerous every day, especially for children.